Guys, the mood and the setting is perfect for what I'm going to talk about. It's called True Detective Night Country. Why is the setting perfect? Why is the mood perfect? Let's get into that.
By one.
Delhi is freezing right now, and that's really the setting and the environment of True Detective Night Country. It's 10:30, so things are very, very quiet, right? Because it's cold as well, and you kind of get the exact same feel when you watch True Detective Night Country. Mood is quiet, it's creepy, it's spooky, and it does get to you from time to time. For those who may not know, True Detective is one of the most iconic anthology series that started off in 2014. So it's been 10 years since it's been going on. Season 1 of True Detective was really a landmark season because it really created such a benchmark, not just for the genre, but how the overall show was created and treated. Also because it had mainstream names of the likes that we had not really seen before that in a TV series. So you had Matthew McConaughey, Woody Harrelson, as well as Michelle Monaghan. So you really had big names there, and that kind of continued right through. Season 2 had Rachel McAdams, Colin Farrell, and Vince Vaughn. Season 3 had Marshala Ali, and Season 4 has Jodie Foster. Success of Season 1 had not been repeated till now, just because it hasn't been any good. Season 2 was kind of atrocious. Season 3 was still better. Marshala Ali did a fabulous job. Finally, we are in Season 4, set in a town, barely a town with 3,000 odd people, I think. It's vaguely mentioned once, the number, somewhere through the season. It's a town called Ennis in Alaska.
What are we missing here?
This is a town where there is a period, like I'm assuming a lot of towns there, where there is no sun. And the story starts off with the first day of night, because it's going to be a period of several days where there is no sun. So snow all around. It's icy and cold as hell. So you really have that sort of a setting all around. And in that, you have a very peculiar death case. It's not one death, 5 or 6 deaths together. About 6 odd random naked bodies of men are found out there in the snow.
A missing scientist found on the edge of the villages.
True to the first season of True Detective, if anybody's watched it, it is a slow-paced psychological thriller. Not everyone is gonna find it to their liking. You really have to stay with it to enjoy it, but it does have really nice freaky moments that catch you off guard. The geopolitical setting of it is also a highlight. Personally, for me, I took it as at least a commentary, a social commentary, along with the whole murder mystery and balancing all of that. So how these deaths happened and detectives trying to figure that out. It's also the why behind it, adding to the social commentary. And that is something that I found meaningful overall, and not just a run-of-the-mill thriller or a murder mystery. This is the first instance in the 10 years of True Detective, or 4 seasons of True Detective, that Nick Pizzolato hasn't really been at the forefront of the show. He is the show creator. He's been the showrunner right through season 1 to season 3. But season 4 comes across with Isa Lopez. And I really loved seeing her vision unfold. One thing that I noticed and really loved was the background score. There were instances, so many of them, where I opened my Shazam app to check on what the song is, and I now have a bit of a library of True Detective Night Country songs with me. One more thing that the show does absolutely brilliantly is bring a flavor of a new culture into the fray, and I really enjoyed this side of. There are some other parallels to season 1, and one of those is not just an introduction of supernatural elements, but this season, unlike season 1, goes a few steps further on adding supernatural elements. Another parallel to draw from season 1 is, once again, 2 detectives who are now at loggerheads, who started off as partners.
What do you want? It's been 6 years.
In this case, Jodie Foster playing Detective Liz Danvers, and Kali Reese playing Detective Navarro. The biggest highlight of this show is the performances from Jodie Foster and Kali Reese. Both of them were sublime. Depth that showcased here by Foster as well as Reese is undeniably fantastic. And just the layers of these characters, of what they've been through, the showcasing of vulnerability is not easy. It doesn't come naturally to either of them. And neither of them wants to back down. I think this has been a long time coming that I can say a True Detective show is almost at par. At a season level, I'd say that True Detective Season 1 still possibly trumps this. My issues are with slightly patchy pacing, so it doesn't remain the same sort of pace or mood right through. I mean, it's slightly patchy. Suddenly, in some episodes, it feels slightly slower than what it needs to be, and there are pieces of information that you may not feel you need eventually if they don't lead to anything. Because the entire piece on supernatural elements, they did not sit absolutely well with me. If you do not untie the knots that you've really shown us tied through the season, it leaves us wanting. Because I do a long video and then say, in short, so I'm gonna do just that. In short, True Detective Night Country is very enjoyable in my book. I would definitely recommend it if you're looking for an atmospheric murder mystery, if you're looking for something slow paced, slow burner, but with the right sort of mood and environment. It does give you the spooks. It does feel freaky and creepy at times. To top it all is Jodie Foster and Kali Ray's performances. Just no words really do justice to how these two women performed on this show. Go ahead and watch it. It is streaming on Geo Cinema. This is Filmy Fool signing off.